right, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? I'm Rob Gerard, your sports card therapist, and I am here going live as I usually do once a week, talking about the top 10 cards that I am watching on this week's PWCC weekly auction. And as always, I am talking vintage cards. So I want to talk about some of the vintage cards I'm watching. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? So the first card I am watching has to be, without a doubt, this Ty Cobb. All right. So we usually see Ty Cobbs up here. Every week I'm highlighting a Ty Cobb. Here is a Ty Cobb T206 red portrait. All right. This is graded authentic. All right. But I want you to look at this card. Currently, right now, it's at 675. If I had to guess, I would say this is probably going to go for probably around $2,000, somewhere around 2K, right? And here's what I'm thinking. This is a great entry level Ty Cobb card. This is a great entry level Ty Cobb card. Now, does it have great eye appeal? No, it doesn't. Doesn't have great eye appeal, right? But does it get you a Ty Cobb? Yes. And I would by no means ever try to advocate for getting a temporary card that you don't think would be your forever card, but I would also be lying or misleading you if I didn't say I have done this so many times. I've done this twice with a Grail card of mine, same exact card, and that's a 51 Bowman Mickey Mantle card. You know, I've wanted to have one so bad that on two separate occasions I bought one that I knew would not be my forever copy, but it was a nice placeholder. So that's where I'm going with that. So if you wanted one, that's why I'm highlighting a card like this, right? I could have very easily just picked a different card. I'm talking about a Ty Cobb card every single week on here, but there's reason for that, right? I mean, when you talk about Ty Cobb, absolutely one of the greatest players in the history of the game. Lifetime batting average of 366. He had over 4,100 career hits. He was also a manager. He was also a manager for almost 1,000 games, and his winning percentage as a manager was over 500. But the guy was just an absolute stud on the field. So if you were looking for an entry level Ty Cobb card, I mean, this could be it. Entry level Ty Cobb. So, wanted to put this up here. So this next one right here, 1915 Cracker Jack Connie Mack. I'm going to talk about the Connie Mack, and I'm going to talk about the Jack John McGraw one right here as well. So two different 1915 Cracker Jack cards. If you follow me on Instagram or on Twitter, then you have likely seen the reel that I did this week. It's a reel is a video. You know, I always feel like I kind of have to like give a brief description of what a reel is because I don't know. So I made a reel this week talking about the 1915 Cracker Jack cards. I mean, look at this card. Unbelievable, Connie Mack. And for those of you who are not familiar with Connie Mack, I mean, he was a player, he was a catcher. All right. Then he was a manager. Then he went on to become an owner. All right. So he holds the record for the longest serving manager in Major League history. He also holds the record for wins and losses, games managed, all that stuff. So as a player, all right, as a player, he played for about 10 years, 1886 to 1896. Then as a manager, he managed for 56 seasons from 1894 to 1950. Unbelievable. Five-time World Series champion as a manager. Like I said, owns the record for most managerial wins, losses, and games managed. If you want to talk about baseball, if you want to talk about Mr. Baseball, this is the guy we're talking about right here, Connie Mack. And and it being a Cracker Jack card, we do not see Cracker Jack cards pop up too often on PWCC on these auctions. So that's why when we do, I always want to highlight them because Cracker Jack cards just have such an incredible rich history, even though there was only 2 years of them, 1914 and 1915. These are both 1915. I think if you look at this card right here, so in 1914, the only way to get a Cracker Jack card was out of a Cracker Jack box. That's why most 1914 Cracker Jack cards are very badly stained, but in a good way. People love getting those, right? I would love to have a very badly stained 1914 Cracker Jack card. In 1915, they wanted to improve the card experience a little bit. So they still put cards in the boxes in 1915, but then also they put coupons in there so that you could send away to, like, as a redemption. It's like the first ever redemption card. So this card right here, this Connie Mack, I think clearly you can see sugar stains and brown staining from Cracker Jack pieces. So this card definitely looks like it was in a box. And when you look at the next, and this is a Connie Mack PSA 5 currently at 825 right now. This next card is a Jack John McGraw. This is a PSA 6 PWCC certified top 15%. This is also at 825 right now. This clearly looks like it was one of the redemption cards. This does not look like it was in a box. This looks like you mailed away for it and you ended up getting this in the mail. So John McGraw was a major league player and manager for almost 30 years for the New York Giants. So as a player, he has a lifetime. So first of all, as a player, he played from 1891 to 1906. Lifetime career batting average of 334. Managerial record of his winning percentage is almost 600. His winning percentage is almost 600. He's managed close to 5,000 games. Unbelievable. 3-time World Series champion as a manager. So really cool stuff. And there you go. There's his Cracker Jack card. So there are not too many Cracker Jack set builders or collectors out there because they never become available. Right, I never see them available. So, like I said, when I see Cracker Jack cards on the PWCC auction, I always want to highlight them. Next, we're looking at a 1933 Gaudy Lou Gehrig SGC2, and this is a top 30% for eye appeal. So this right here, considered his rookie card. I know that the 34 Gaudy is the one that most people love to have because it's his face, it's this, it's that. It's so. But here we go. I mean, this is part of the big 33 set, and Lou Gehrig. I mean, what can you say about the guy, right? I mean, the guy is just unbelievable career. Known as the Iron Horse. Played for the New York Yankees from 1923 to 1939. Lifetime career batting average of 340. He's a 7-time All-Star, 6-time World Series champion, 2-time AL MVP. 1934 won the Triple Crown. Yet another reason why that 34 Gaudy is held in such high regard, right? Is because that was his Triple Crown year. But yeah, just unbelievable player. The guy was a monster. He also played football for Columbia University. So yeah, just an incredible looking card. This is a great looking copy right here too. I mean, you look at the front, you look at the back. It's no wonder it's PWCC gave it the eye appeal rating of top 30%. Just a great looking card. But one thing though that I do want to point out is that on the back, someone did write on this. So you can see an AL. I would imagine for American League, but I could be wrong. It could have been a guy named Al. I don't know. But I mean, if you're okay, I think with that writing on the back of the card, this card could arguably be, an SGC 4 or an SGC 5 without that. So, overall, though, great looking card, great centering, great edges, great corners, all that good stuff. Next, we're going to jump ahead now 15 years. This is a 1948 Leaf Stan the Man, Stan Musial rookie, SGC2, PWCC certified eye appeal top 15%. This is currently at 725 with about little over 24 hours to go until extended bidding begins. We're probably about 30 hours away right now. So, for those of you who are not familiar with Stan the Man, I mean, the guy, 24-time All-Star. Yes, you heard that right. 24-time All-Star, 3-time World Series champion, career batting average of 331, over 3,600 career hits, almost 500 career home runs. And let me just point out, he missed the entire 1945 season while serving in the Navy. I mean, talk about an absolute hero. So that's a Stan the Man rookie, phenomenal card, great dark blue background. Centering on that looks great. Next, we're going to go to the 1949 Bowman Jackie Robinson. Some consider this as rookie. I see that PWCC is labeling this as his rookie. Kind of, I don't want to say sneaky on their part, because in a way, there's a lot of collectors that that say, no, this is considered his rookie too. You know why? Because the 48 Leaf actually didn't come out till 49. So when you look at the fact that the 48 Leaf did not come out until 1949, that kind of puts the 49 Bowman on level playing ground with the 48 Leaf. We're going to discount the 47 Bond Bread. We're going to kind of put the Bond Bread card to the side for a minute, but this is an incredible looking card. I mean, centering on this top to bottom looks like it's probably 70-30, but right to left it looks 50-50. Right to left it looks 50-50. And with that rich, dark red background, it looks great. It looks great. This is good registration here. I don't see a lot of fuzziness. Like I said, SGC 5, top 30% eye appeal, and this is already sitting at 4K. And, you know, I don't think I need to say much more about Jackie. The guy's an absolute hero. He's an absolute icon. He broke the color line when he started at first base for the Brooklyn Dodgers in 47. So, and with that, came a lot. A lot of stuff was on his shoulders. A lot of stuff was on his head by doing that. So, just a great card to own. Next, we're going to go to the 1952 Burke Ross Willie Mays SGC 4. Top 15% eye appeal. This is sitting at 1325 right now. I mean, Willie Mays, I feel like every week I'm showcasing a Willie Mays card. I can probably almost read his stats and career lines, off memorization, but lifetime career batting average of 302. Over 3,200 career hits, 660 career home runs, 24-time All-Star. He won the World Series one time. He was part of the World Series championship team, and that was in 54. Two-time National League MVP. The guy is just an absolute monster, considered by many to be the greatest baseball player of all time. The greatest baseball player of all time. So these Burke Ross cards, these are sneaky cards because they're very low pop and people really tend to love them. But if you look at this, centering on this looks great. I mean, look at the image. This almost looks like a photograph. That's how crisp it is. It looks like a photograph. You can see it looks like fresh, shiny paint behind him. And just a great looking card overall. Right now, this is sitting at $1,325. Moving on, 1953 Bowman Color Mickey Mantle SGC 8. An SGC 8, top 15% for eye appeal. When I see top 15% for eye appeal, what that says to me, I'm not saying that this is what PWCC says, but what that says to me is that they're saying that this card is arguably undergraded. So what they're saying is PWCC looks at this and they think that this could be maybe graded an 8.5. Right? Because we're talking about eye appeal here. I mean, look at this card. Centering is incredible. Top to bottom, centering looks like it's probably 55-45. Right to left, it looks like it's probably 52-48. I mean, it looks like a photograph. It just looks like a photograph, and any kind of any unevenness on going down the sides of these cards, I think you see quite often that just because the cut of the cards, you see that a lot with 54 tops too. So I think when you see 53 Bowman, there's no need to like say, oh, what's that little fraying on the side? That's just how the cut was. So, Mickey Mantle, what else can you say about him? Lifetime career batting average of 298, 2,400 career hits, 536 career home runs, a 20-time All-Star. Here's the big one. 7-time World Series champion, 7-time World Series champion, 3-time American League MVP. The guy won the Triple Crown in 56. Just an unbelievable career. So this is a great looking card. I'm going to be watching this card closely. I would imagine that this could break the all-time high for an SGC 8. Next, we have a 1954 Topps Hank Aaron PSA 6 PWCC certified eye appeal top 30%. This is sitting at 6,500 right now. 6,500. Incredible centering. Great clarity. I don't see the little fisheye on his cheek that you often see with this card. Just an incredible card. I mean, one of the greatest, most iconic cards of all time. What else can you say about Hank Aaron? I mean, career batting average of 305. over 3,700 career hits, home run king, 755 home runs, 25-time All-Star, won the World Series in 57, not to mention the National League MVP. The guy's an absolute monster, played a long time, known as Hammer and Hank, and just an incredible card, incredible man, just iconic. And last but certainly not least, card number 10, we are going with 1961 Fleer basketball, Bill Russell in action. This is a PSA 7. This is sitting at 725 right now, 725. If you want to talk about accolades, I mean, here's the guy, right? Bill Russell. Here's the guy, 11-time NBA champion, 11-time NBA champion, 5-time NBA MVP. When you hear those kind of things, that takes your breath away. So when it came to playing gear cards for Bill Russell, he only had three pack pulled playing gear cards. He had his rookie, which was the 57 tops. Then he had the two 61 Fleers, the base version, which is kind of like the portrait version of Bill Russell. And then this is the in action shot. If you look at this, I mean, he's levitating above everyone, looking just graceful as ever. Doesn't look like he's going to slam it down in someone's face. It looks like he's going to, in an elegant way, maybe lay it up into the hoop. And the guy underneath him to the left looks like he's trying to call a timeout. He's like, timeout, we're not ready to guard this guy. But when you look at the condition of this card, 61 Fleer, this set is infamous for being off-center, miscut, all the above. So when I look at this card right here and I see top to bottom centering is probably 55-45. And then right to left centering is probably 85-15. But here's the thing. For this set right here, this looks extremely centered. This is very well centered for 61 Fleer. So when I see that this is a PSA 7, yeah, I would give this a PSA 7 all day. So that is about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're going to be following the auction. I know I always am. Every single week I'm watching. Every single week I'm getting cards from PWCC. I love it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget, take care of yourselves and your collection. Have a good one.